So, what I've got with me is my G&L Legacy Tribute in surf green. It's a beauty, and I feel like I've had it long enough now that I can actually give a little bit of insight into what you can really expect. I made a couple of other videos when I had first got the guitar. I don't feel like you can really give a good solid feel to the YouTube people on an unboxing video. It's just kind of like you going, oh wow. Well, I've had mine long enough to forget about the price, even though the price, these G&Ls, I saw one recently for $250. On Reverb, eBay, can't remember where, but I saw one very, very recently. And they go for very cheap. I got mine for $300. So it's not a lot of money. $300 used, new. If you watch my other video, you see it, whatever. Anyways, now the first glaringly obvious thing that people need to know, especially if you're coming from a regular, when I say a regular Strat, I mean, you know, a Fender Strat, or a Fender Squire, or something like that, with thin neck, kind of thinnish, C profile, you know what I'm talking about. Well, this is a little different. Because, first of all, this has a 12-inch radius. A 12-inch radius is going to feel flatter. It feels very... it feels different. It feels different, which is perfect for me, because I came from playing a Strat, and then I went to an Ibanez. And I feel like this is kind of in between. In a way. Not Ibanez thin, but if you hate flat fretboard radiuses, I would stay away from this guitar. Anyways, the next thing. Once again, the neck. The neck. This is one of those, you really do need to try these guitars before you play them. And I tried a Tele at my local guitar center, as they did not have a Strat. A Tele Tribute. And it felt exactly the same. Anyways, here's what I'm talking about. Alright. So, it's thin. It gets a little beefier, and by the end it's fairly beefy, and by fairly beefy I mean just beefier than an MIM Strat, or like really any Squire I've played, or any of that type of thing. Honestly, if it were any bigger, I probably wouldn't be able to play it, just because I have kind of small hands. So that might be something to watch out for if you're, you know, looking into G&L. You know, the Tribute necks are a little different. You know, the guitar feels different in general. The looks are very similar, but the feel is so different that I think people really, really need to try these in store, or try a G&L first before you buy it. They're excellent guitars, though. Now, a positive point, if you're one of those people that likes, when I play a Strat, I always want to mess with all of my knobs. That's just how I do it. I like to dial in. Okay, here's the dirt. Then dial it back a little bit. Now I got the tones all the way up. Now, this has a pretty crazy treble, so we're going to turn the treble down a little bit. Now we got the treble at 7, volume at 7, bass on 10. And to me, this is the Strat tone. Just for reference, I'm turning everything back up. A lot of treble. lot of treble. And you can see you're back in nice little Strat territory. So, you know, it's kind of backwards because most people want to play a Strat with everything full out. With this, if you went like Strat tone, you know what I'm talking about, Strat quack or whatever, you're going to have to turn a couple of knobs. If you're cool with that, then, you know, then you're cute. Next topic, the trim. And it's a little out of tune. It's way out of tune now. So, it went out of tune on me after doing dive bombs. Well, it's the truth. It's what happens. It does go out of tune. This does, the dual fulcrum tremolo does seem to keep things a little more in tune than your 6-point trim, but it still just has nothing on a Jazzmaster trim, in my opinion. Nothing on a Jazzmaster trim, and if you're used to doing huge, like, Floyd Rose dive bombs, then no, you're not going to be able to do that. But I still like this better than a 6-point trim. It just feels better. But I feel like this is the part where most people would turn off the camera and start over and show you how awesome the trim is. I'm not going to lie, I'm just going to keep it going, because that's what happened. It went out of tune as I was playing it. Anyways. I wouldn't take anything, I'm not trying to dish on this guitar, like trying to, you know, say it sucks or anything, but there's, you know, I'm the type of guy that if I look at a guitar long enough, I'm going to find 10 things wrong with it. That's just who I am. That's how it works with me. And I want people to know what they're getting for their money. And most people will just say, oh, well, that's a great priced instrument. Yeah. And just overlook the fact that it might go out of tune, or, you know, the fact that people might not be comfortable with the guitar, or the fact that maybe the control system just isn't for everybody. It may be innovative and awesome, but it may not be for everybody. It may not be for people who may want something like this, you know. So try before you buy. But that being said, all this kind of shit talking, I just realized I'm being very negative in this. It sounds amazing, I think. Especially when you turn on some Univibe. I love this. So yeah, hugely versatile. Drop my pick. Great sounds to be had. I guess I tried to make sort of a negative review just because I know how guitar reviewers are. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna tell you it's the best thing ever, and if it's something cheap, it's the best money for your value of all time, and they're not gonna tell you any negatives, and you're gonna be sitting, you're gonna get your instrument and like, well, why didn't you tell me about this? This is so glaringly obvious. Well, hopefully I did something. Hopefully I have in some way given you kind of an idea of what you can expect from this guitar without any inflammation of how good it actually is. It feels amazing. It looks amazing. It looks cool. I mean, feels cool. I said that 20 times, but it just feels way, you know, the quality. It does feel like a quality, very quality instrument. And this is G&L's bottom of the line. I don't know many other companies who can say, here's my bottom of the barrel, this is our bottom of the barrel line, and have such a high quality. So this is very good bang for your buck, I suppose, and I would highly recommend it. That's what I did. I bought it and it's working just fine. I wanted a Strat to, you know, screw around on, and I got one, and it's in green. Oh, and it's kind of heavy, so you know. If you're used to like little tiny Strats, this has some weight to it, and it's pretty cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I think that's about it. Peace.